Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Coach's Corner East. I'm your host, Mike Sparks, live at the Pizza Hut here in Galion on Wednesday, March 9th. Next to the last show, we have one more show next week before we shut it down until next July and we start up on fall sports again. But we continue on this week with spring sports. And a little later on tonight, it'll be the baseball team and Mitch Sellers, the coach at Crestline High School, and it'll be Dan Gorbett, the baseball coach at Colonel Crawford High School, joining us to talk about his team. And to start out, we're going to be in the starting blocks with the Galion track team as they get ready to start a season with hopefully many kids going down to Columbus for the state tournament. Show's brought to you in part by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer straight west of Galion on the Manette New Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion, and Sweet Baby Ray Jones, Davey's little brother at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street. I'd like to welcome to the table tonight head track coach at Galion High School, Dave Kirk, in your second year, and thanks for coming out tonight. I certainly appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
And the weather out there tonight, although chilly, we talked a little off air. You've been out doing stuff with your team, haven't you?
Yeah, this is actually, we'll take this weather right here and beats snow, beats rain. So.
Yeah, for sure. Last year, looked at the some of the statistics in the MOAC. Boys finished fifth in the MOAC. Marion Harding first, Ontario second, and young man Caleb Brandstetter, who has left because of graduation. He was a first-team MOAC candidate. Girls did really, really well. Finished third in the MOAC behind Shelby and Ontario. Zaynah Tate, Brooklyn Gates, Reagan Campbell, Ava Smith, Samantha Comer, Caitlin Bailey, Adriana Zager, Ashley Dyer, Caitlin Bailey, all first-team MOAC, and have to be pretty happy with the results that they had. Overall, when you look at the total results of your team, both in the MOAC and in the tournament, how did you feel about last year's group?
You know, we got off to a slow start just as a coaching staff. We were literally hiring coaches the week before the season began. Mm-hmm. That we had no indoor season to work with. We were still getting to know our kids and what their strengths and their weaknesses were. And if it had not been, I think, for the senior leadership that we had, some of those names you just said, we might never have gained traction last year. Mm-hmm. Because it felt, to me as a coach, it felt like we were playing catch up the entire time. And I know by the end of the year, and a credit to these people sitting at the table and the kids that we lost to graduation, at the end of the year, we were there. We were ready, and the season ended, and yet we still, as a coaching staff, I think, walked away feeling like we had maybe left some of our best races still mm-hmm. up in the stands. That we wished we'd had another week or two, left in the season before we had to go to tournaments. But it was a good season. It was a great. We had a group of kids coming in as middle schoolers who had never run track because of COVID, and 40% of our team last year were freshmen.
Oh, wow.
And so we were young, and we knew, hey, we're going to take a little thumping here at the beginning, and it's going to take a while we were teaching terminology, we were teaching different kinds of coaching techniques and things that we were trying to accomplish. And credit to these guys, for picking it up and working at it. But, it was a slow start, but we caught up, and it was a good season, a very successful season at the end.
Comfort level for you going into your second year compared to your first year. How are you feeling about, you've had a year with a lot of these young people, just from a confidence standpoint in coaching and them really accepting and understanding this is the expectation that our entire coaching staff has for us. Just feel a lot more comfortable going into this year?
Oh, we're miles ahead of where we were last year, literally, in the distance group. But we are probably, we ran some time trials tonight, and we've been talking about this even with our athletes. We feel like we're a month and a half, maybe 2 months ahead of where we were last year at this time.
Good.
And I know these guys feel good about it. We feel much better about it. It's just, we don't have to explain things now. Now they come in, they know how it works. And, Monday was our first night really as an entire team together. Mm-hmm. We've had bits and pieces out there working. Kyle getting ready for indoor for high jump, and distance group's been off doing their thing. Throwing group has been meeting. a couple nights a week and in the weight rooms and things. But Monday night was really the first night we all came together, and you would have thought we'd been practicing together for a month. And we walked down the track and it just went like clockwork.
Good.
So it's nice.
Good. Numbers wise for both the girls and the guys, where you want them to be, or what are you guessing numbers wise on both those squads, 9 through 12?
Last year, at the end of the year, when we went to the awards banquet, we had 58 kids that we ended up recognizing, boys and girls. This year we're over 70.
Good.
And the thing is, it's not a group that you're looking out there saying, well, this kid won't make it, this kid won't make, we'll see if this kid sticks around. You look at our group, top to bottom, everybody out there, they're gonna stick around for the season. And in fact, we had a couple kids walk in tonight and say, you know what? We didn't know if they were gonna come out, and, had one walk in tonight that's a difference maker and just say, you know what, I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, hey, welcome back.
That's really good. And
it is.
Glad that you can welcome them in, because I think in any team there's strength in numbers, right? Because
yeah.
it's inevitable injuries occur, right, Clayton? Injuries happen, and things happen, and you have to, it's next man up or next gal up, and whether it be in a relay or whether it be in an individual, someone's got to fill that role, and to have backups that are capable and willing and able to do that's really strong. Even though you haven't had a lot of practice time, what do you see as the overall strength of each unit, the gals and the girls? Is it field events? Is it distance? Is it sprints? Is it hurdles? Or is it kind of all over the board?
I just feel like this team, and we were kind of this way at the end of the year last year, but this year much more so. I think we're strong across the board. Mm-hmm. Now depth, that's a different story and has yet to be developed. But we have solid people who, if we wanted to have the MOAC meet today, we have people in every event who could go out there and score points, boys and girls.
Good.
And so, yeah, we're feeling real good about that. But, development of depth, that's going to come with the season.
Sure,
so.
Absolutely. Take a break here before we talk to the young people around the table. We're brought to you in part by Lee Plymouth and Brad Seibert at the Plymouth Insurance Group, Galion and Bucyrus, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, North Walnut Street, across from the courthouse in Bucyrus, and Phil and Sue Schreck at Phil's Deli, just east of the Pizza Hut, at the bridge here in Galion. And Coach did a great job of outlining everyone that was here tonight and what events they took place in last year and likely again this year. So I appreciate you doing that. Ashley Dyer, a sophomore, is up first, and Ashley says you are a sprinter. And what is your specialty is when it comes to sprinting?
When it comes to sprinting, my favorite is the 100, like the 4x1,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the 200, like
Okay.
the 4x2. But
Now, do you do the 100-meter dash too?
it depends on the meet, because sometimes I'm in high jump and the other relays, so I can't fit in the 100. But
So on any given meet, how many events are you going to be in?
last year it was 4 usually.
Is that too much in your opinion, or is that just kind of a comfort zone for you?
It's kind of a comfort zone because I had high jump, so it was only 3 running events.
Uh-huh.
It kind of balanced out.
Where do you think going into this season what do you think your strongest event will be? Where have you improved from last year? Because you were a sophomore last year, right? Or sophomore now?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore now, okay, so this is your year this year, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you improve from being a freshman to a sophomore?
I think my endurance improved. This year I'm going to try the 300 hurdles, and I honestly think that will be my strongest event.
Oh, really? Good. Yeah. What do you think you can get in high jump? What's your target? So your volleyball coach going to want to know this, right?
Maybe. My target
Yeah.
would be 5 foot,
Okay.
possibly.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, says here that you were qualified for the events at the district. Just missed qualifying. You were 5th. So in the 4x1. So you got a lot of opportunity. A couple more years, 3 more years actually, to do this. So. Really good numbers for a freshman. So congratulations and good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And next up, it's Miranda Stone, also a sophomore, and you're a thrower, 7th in the MOAC meet in discus. Do you do both disc and shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you prefer? Is it the disc?
Definitely disc.
Definitely. Okay. So kind of the same question. From your freshman year to now, how have you improved? Is it just been strength? Is it footwork? Is it technique? Where have you improved the most?
I think my technique and footwork has definitely made a big difference because I haven't been able to be in the weight room as much because of my shoulder injury. But I think footwork will definitely help going into this year.
And how did you get better at that? Was it your throwing coach that was helping you in the off season, or what was really the catalyst to get that down?
I worked with Coach Scribner and my grandpa a lot on footwork.
Okay. All right, yeah, Coach Scribner, he's been here during football, he's a lineman coach, and he knows all about footwork. Will there be anything outside of throwing that you might get involved with just out of fun, maybe a meet here or there? Have you kind of said, hey, I'd like to maybe try this, or?
Not really. I haven't really thought about it that way, but I mean, maybe if they need to throw somebody in somewhere.
Yeah,
possibly.
just raise the hand, say, hey, I'll do this, whatever it might be,
As
so.
long as it's not pole vault.
Is that a height situation?
No, I just feel like I would break myself.
Well, we don't want that. Well, best of luck to you. Enjoy your sophomore year, and it'll be good to see how those results in the footwork have helped you. And I'm sure that would be gratifying for you to say, hey, wow, the work I put in and the time that the coaches spent with me really helped out. So very good. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Ava Smith, a distance runner, a senior, and you were the champion in the 4x800, sixth in the 1600 meter, third in the 4x400 meter. Went on to the district, and you qualified for the regional, but you did not place. Were you happy with that when you look back? And even though you didn't get down to state, were you happy with your success?
I was proud of my success, yeah, but obviously I wanted to push it to the next level, so it was pretty unfortunate that we didn't get to go past regionals.
So as you're going into this season, what have you thought about on how you're going to get there this year? What are the things that you are going to do to ensure that you're going to get down there?
Yeah, like he said, or like Coach said, I feel like we've already put in a lot of work, and I just feel a lot more prepared than I have previous seasons, so I think the work that we've put in so far is going to help a lot.
Body-wise, are you healthy in a spot where you feel you can do the distance that's needed?
Yes.
I mean, you're going to work up to it, of course.
Yes.
But, yeah, but you feel like you're in a good place to do that right now. Are you going to do anything different this year? Do you know, being your senior year, your last year running, that maybe you haven't done in the past?
Yeah. Well, if Coach lets me, I'm going to try pole vault. So
Okay. All
we'll
right.
see how that goes.
We've had that talk.
That's something you volunteered for?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
It looks fun. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I'm so against heights. I would just probably, if I wouldn't break the pole, I'd be going like halfway up and saying, I want to back out. But I give you a lot of credit for wanting to do that. And, when you look at the MOAC, it's a really good track league. You look at Shelby, you look at Ontario, and the distance runners that Shelby have had. They're pretty stiff competition.
Yeah, definitely.
You think you can compete with them this year at the MOAC?
Yeah, I do. It's been really, I think running indoor meets have been really helpful because I know they've done that in past years, and I think that's contributed to their success as well. So,
Good. Well, best of luck. Enjoy your senior year, and hope that you can get down to Columbus this year. It'll be something very, very special. Next up, it's Kellen Kiser, also a distance runner. Feeling pretty good?
Feeling great coming in this early with all the work and everything, and really already seeing what could come and will come.
Yeah, and have you settled in now, and you know what's expected of you? You know what they're asking you to do each and every time that you go out into practice?
Yeah, like Coach said, as a second year, it was all about first trusting the process. What kind of results will I yield from doing what he says, and it was vastly different from how I was trained. There's multiple ways you can get success. Yeah. But really, to see the time drop last year and get so close coming in this year, it's like there's a lot of potential, and I'm sure that we will be able to get it all, and just being comfortable, this is what I have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You were third as a member of the 4x800, seventh in the 1600 meter at the MOAC, and you placed fifth as a member of the 4x8 at the district. And on the 4x8 as an example, how many of those guys are coming back with you?
We have 3 or 4, including me.
Yeah, and that's got to help.
That feels great mentally to know we have the same squad.
Right, yeah, these guys were with me last year, and body-wise, do you feel strong? Feel in a good spot as a senior?
Oh, physically I feel amazing. Always a little beat up, but it's so early. That's right. When I need to feel good, or great, I should say, I'll feel great. But physically, I've never felt stronger, more conditioned.
Good.
And really just getting the mindset right. Everything will fall into place, I'm sure.
Yeah, sometimes it's mind over body, isn't it, right? This can be a real powerful weapon and fight through a lot of things. So,
Sure.
well, good luck. Enjoy your senior year, and I just wish you the best of luck. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Clayton Yost, my buddy, down there at the end of the table. Doing okay, except you got a little bit of a bum shoulder, right? And you're a thrower. Placed in the MOAC meet, 7th in the shot put, and you were 4th in the district and qualified for the regional last year. But you persevered, as we talked during football, and we talked a little bit tonight, through a shoulder injury, but you gutted it out, and you're going to have to do that a little bit in track, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to push through it. It's been rough.
Yeah, and so you're doing both disc and shot?
No.
Just
shot.
Just shot,
I
no
was-
disc. Oh,
I
that's
was
right. Coach
put a
said
stop
we're
on
not going to
that.
do that motion.
Yep.
All right, so what is your target as far as distance? What do you want to get to, regardless of what your shoulder's telling you it can do?
Well, I want the school record, which is 53 something,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to be able to make it through the season right now.
Yeah, yeah. How close did you get to that school record last year?
Well, I hurt my shoulder the second meet last year,
Mm-hmm.
and it went downhill from there.
I see. All right. Well, I really hope that you can get through it too. As a senior, you want to finish strong and you want to leave your mark on this program. So I wish you the best of luck and get it. Hopefully it doesn't do it. Is it something the doctor said you can do more damage to it, or it's just kind of how it is right now?
That's kind of how it is right now. I went and seen a couple of doctors, and that was a while ago, and I don't remember what they said. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I mean, sometimes you got to put that out of mind for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I do wish you the best of luck. It's been really enjoyable to interview you in football during the year, and I was glad to see you back tonight. So I just hope you really enjoy it.
Yep.
Okay. Kyle Faust, we've talked before during football season, and you're back for your senior year, and you're a jumper.
Yep.
And you placed 6th in the high jump in the MOAC, qualified for the state indoor championship held this past Saturday, and made the podium, finish in 8th. Where was that event at?
It was at Spire in Geneva.
In Geneva. Okay, way up there on the lake. Had to be really great competition, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys there. I'm just glad I ran indoor this year because I didn't play basketball this year.
Right.
So
Right.
that's going to help me a lot this.
What was
outdoor
that? Was that a
season.
tough decision for you to say, I like basketball, but I think I just have a more of ability in track and I want to do this indoor? Was that a tough decision for
Yeah,
you?
it was definitely hard. I know I'm not much of a basketball player, so that was my senior year, but I'm glad I decided to run indoor this year.
How do you think that indoor season will prepare you for the outdoor season in your senior year?
Definitely a lot because, because I've been lifting all winter, like since before Christmas, so that should help me a lot.
What is your target as far as getting? What do you need to get to? What do you want to get to?
I jumped 6 foot last weekend, so
Okay.
I'm trying to go up at least 4 inches in the next few months.
Yeah, would that get you to state? You think?
Yeah, for sure.
That kind of height.
6'4", yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. Well, enjoy it and have fun. Make memories your senior year. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
You bet. Zaynah Tate, it's good to see you again. That's what, 3 sports, cross country, and then cheerleading. You were here, and now track, right?
I believe so.
Did I get that right?
I think so, yes.
Okay, very good. And you're a distance runner as well. You were the MOAC champion in the 4x800, 6th in the 1600 meter, 3rd in the 4x400 meter. Went on to district. You qualified for the regional, but didn't place. You got some unfinished business, don't you, young lady?
Yes, I definitely do. Definitely.
Are you ready for it? Both mind and body, ready to go?
I am. I am definitely determined. It's definitely my goal to make it to state this year because I've been to regionals 3 years in a row and I haven't made
Right.
it yet. So this year is my year for sure.
How much has the experience that you got to take place in with cross country, in your mind, going to help you reach your goals in track this season?
Yeah, we didn't make it to regionals this year in cross country, so I'm definitely determined in cross country to make it farther than that because just to make up for that loss.
Yeah.
And just because we have all of that workout still from cross country and we've been building off that all of indoor season. So still have the endurance, I still have the work to put in to be able to make it there.
Sure. What's going to be your strongest event this year?
Probably still the 800.
Still the 800?
Yes.
Okay. And time-wise, what do you think you need to be at to really go deep?
Well, last season I ran a 2:20, and so definitely faster than that this year.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be like in the teens somewhere.
Okay. All right.
2:15, something around there.
Good for you. Well, stay healthy, enjoy that senior year, and I hope you reach all your goals for sure.
Thank you.
You bet. And finally, a newbie, a rookie, even though you're a senior, you said the first time you've ever been on this show, so I welcome Ken Butler, also a distance runner. You were third as a member of the 4x800, fifth as a 400 meter at the MOAC, fifth as a member of the 4x8, and 4x400, fourth place at the district, a regional qualifier in the 4x400, but didn't place. And so just like Zaynah, you got some unfinished business too, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Ready to go. Good. You're in good spirit. You're up and at it. You're doing everything that coach has asked you to do in practice.
Yeah, 100%. Especially like this is my first year doing indoor,
Okay.
so that has helped. I can already see the fitness change. It's like I'm ready.
Just from is it a muscular standpoint where you've already tuned your muscles into saying this is what they have to do, this is how they have to perform?
It's a lot of it's physically like I feel so much better, and also honestly mentally. I'm so much more like I'm ready. I've been here before. I'm more confident. Like I'm ready for it.
Good. That's a great attitude. What will be your strongest event then?
Probably the 4 or the 8.
4 or the 8. Okay. And time wise, what are you going to have to be to really be successful?
I'm gonna try and get under 50 in the 4, but honestly, I want to beat Simon Schock's time last year of 157.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for that.
Do you have a favorite team you like to race against in the MOAC?
Shelby.
Yeah. I kind of had a feeling you'd say that. And you know, people in Shelby, they don't watch this anyway, so you don't have to worry about what you're saying to them. But no, they're a class program. They send people to state all the time. You should want to face people like that, and it should be fun to be able to go against them. Is there a lot of talk between you and the guys when you're running against, or not much?
Honestly, it's more of a mental thing. Like we both teams are like they're just barely in front of us, and we want to beat them.
Yeah, well, you got something set ahead of you, and I really hope you reach it and enjoy your senior year.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for coming. I'm going to come back and talk to Coach here in just a moment. Our show is brought to you in part by Steve Kurtzman and Associates at Innovative Recycling. 352 South Street, Galion. Candy Bolin at Bolin Realty, 2 blocks west of the Uptown Galion Square. And John Cross at Cross Carpet and Custom Floors, 302 North Seltzer Street, downtown Crestline. And Coach, looks like and sounds like they're all ready to go. They've done some outdoor or indoor work, and they've done their homework in the weight room and things along that lines. You started officially coaching. The OHSAA said you could start February 21st, so it's been a couple weeks. What are your thoughts on the overall of the MOAC, the strength of the track programs within that conference?
You know, it's a tough conference. You named Shelby and Ontario. Let's not forget about Harding and that sprint group that came out of there, and River Valley is always there. It's just across the board. It's just a tough league, and you have quality people in every program that will go to state meet, and it's a perfect fit, I think, for us, and because the teams that are in there, they've got the same kind of depth issues we do. There's no team that's just an overpowering, got 8 kids in every event.
Sure.
And so they got the same issues we do, and it's placement, getting the right kids in the right place and having them perform. And so it'll be a good league meet.
Yeah, the big deal is, or the big difference, I guess I would say, is when you look at other sports where you're playing another school at least once or sometimes twice, like in basketball, it's really different in track because it's so much invitational. You start your season on the 26th of March. You got Arcadia, Crestline, and Gilead Christian coming to your place, and then the Big Elks invite over in Bucyrus on April 2nd. That's always a great invitational. Weather permitting, of course, right? We never know what kind of weather there's going to be for that, but weather permitting, that's a great invitational. Friday, April 8th, you're going up to Perkins, so that should be really good competition, a great facility up there at Perkins High School in Sandusky.
That's a showpiece.
That's a tough one?
Yeah.
And then the Mihawk, you're going to be at the Mihawk this year, April 16th over at Malabar. That's what they still bring teams in from all over the country. Yeah, and that's great competition. And then Friday, May 6th, you have an invite at your at Heisey Park with about 8 other schools. Is there a name for that one?
It's the Galion Invitational.
Just the Galion
and,
Invite, okay.
More than 8 schools. I mean, I think last year we had in 16
Okay.
teams. It's a big one, and a lot of big teams. They come from up from Columbus area. And
Good.
yeah, quality meet. We have teams actually on a waiting list trying to get into that.
Is that right? Is that right?
That'll be a good meet.
And then May 10th and 12th is the MOAC. Where is that this year?
That's a good question.
I didn't happen to look.
Is it at Harding again?
Harding?
I want to say it might be at Harding.
Okay,
No,
all
I
right.
didn't look.
And we know that's always going to be good competition as well. so-
Always.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about your numbers. I will look forward to following it in the media to see how you guys do. A lot of hopeful faces here, and I think you're going to accomplish great things this year.
We're excited. We're talking about the what ifs, and it's fun to listen to them talk about the
Yeah.
what ifs, and we are excited about the possibilities.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for coming. I do really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
sir.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Coach's Corner East right after this timeout.